KG4DVE repeater system.
N8QA connected to KG4DVE. Whiskey Bravo 4 India Kilo Papa connected to KG4DVE. Whiskey Bravo 4 India Kilo Papa disconnected.
The time is 8 p.m.
CQ, this is KN4IMU, calling the Tri-State 2-meter net into session. My name is Michael, and I'll be your net control operator tonight. This net's sponsored by the River Cities Amateur Radio Association. It meets on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. This net meets on the linked repeaters, KG4DVE, on a frequency of 146.940, with a negative offset and a tone of 107.2. NAQA 145.390, negative offset and a PL tone of 136.5. And NAQA 444.600, positive offset and no PL, as well as on Echolink at KG4DVE-R and NAQA-R. This net is an open net. All amateur radio operators are invited to participate in the net tonight, and the only thing you need is a valid amateur radio call sign. Following FCC rules, our net will yield to emergency traffic at any time during the net meeting. When you are asked to check in, please state your call sign slowly and phonetically, followed by your first name. After the check-in process, we'll give each station a chance to make a comment or announcement. Rechecks will then be acknowledged and coordinated through net control following the check-in process. This is KN4IMU hosting the Tri-State 2-meter net. Before we begin tonight's net, are there any stations with emergency or priority traffic for the net? Alright, here none. We'll start taking check-ins for tonight's net. We'll start off with our short of time or in and out stations. So any stations that are short of time or would like to check in and out, please call now.
Please check in Kilo Echo 4 Echo Whiskey Sierra, John in South Ashland. I'm short of time.
This is Whiskey Bravo 4 India Kilo Papa WB4 IKP. Name's Ron. I'm in Augusta, Georgia. Good night.
Okay, we got John, KE4EWS, and Ron, WB4IKP. John was short of time. Ron, are you also short of time tonight?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm short, and be safe. Bye.
Alright, not a problem. I do got your short time there, so we'll come back here in just a sec for comment. We'll go ahead and let John say hi real quick since he is short of time. John, how you doing, buddy?
KE4EWS. Well, not too much to say. I keep falling. I don't know why, but I keep getting hurt, and they don't know why. And it's good to hear a man from Georgia. I was stationed in Albany, Georgia, in the Navy back in the late 60s, early 70s. And it's good to hear him. Hope he checks in more. KE4EWS, back to net.
All right, John, well, appreciate you checking in, man. We hope you get better there. Go get yourself some rest. Have a good evening, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, next up is Ron, WB4IKP, also short time. Ron, we'll go let you say hi real quick. If you have no traffic, then not a problem.
No contact. I'll check maybe tomorrow. WB4IKP.
All right, Ron, not a problem. You have a good evening, man, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, do we have any other short of time or in and out stations for tonight's net?
KC4 GST, Kilo Charlie 4 Golf Sierra Tango. Operator Daryl here, back to net.
All right, Daryl, got you in there, KC4 GST. You short of time tonight as well, so we'll go ahead and let you say hi real quick.
All right, good evening to everybody on the net tonight. Appreciate it. And yeah, I gotta go pick up some food, or I'd stick around a little bit longer.
All right, Daryl, not a problem. We'll go ahead and let you get out there and get you some food. Have a good evening, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, we'll go ahead and move on now. We'll call for Echolink stations. Any Echolink stations wishing to check into tonight's net, please call now.
Kilo Delta 8, Papa Tango November, Ken in Flatwoods.
All right, Ken, got you on Echolink, K88PTN. Are there any other Echolink stations wanting to check in? All right, we'll go ahead and call for check-ins anywhere then. Any stations anywhere that would like to check into tonight's net, please call now.
Kilo Delta 8, Whiskey Tango Golf Tom Muletown.
All right, Tom, got you checked in, KD8WTG. Any other stations that would like to check in tonight?
KB8 SRN, Gary, Minford area.
All right, got you in there, Gary, KB8SRN. Any other stations that would like to check in tonight? Second call for any stations anywhere wishing to check into the Tri-State Aviator net, please call now.
Kilo 8, Delta Mike Kilo Daniel.
All right, Daniel, got you in there, K8DMK. Any other stations that want to check into tonight's net? Any stations anywhere, please call now.
Kilo Echo 8, Alpha Alpha Lima, Bill Waverly.
All right, Bill, got you in there, Kilo Echo 8, Alpha Alpha Lima. One more call. Any other stations wanting to check in tonight before we go for comment? All right, well, we'll go and go to the top list. We'll see if anybody else pops in here. We had a few short timers, so we'll drop down to our Echolink station, Kilo Delta 8, Papa Tango November. Ken, what's going on with you, man? Can't think of a good topic for tonight, so we'll just go with the classic. What'd you have for dinner tonight? The classic ham question.
Roger Net Control. I actually had regular food like a regular person. My girlfriend invited me to go over to her parents, and we had roast and all the trimmings. It's a really good situation, you know. I'll never turn down a free meal, but I'm glad you asked. I usually eat like tacos or a can of chili or something like that, but it's all good. Over.
All right, Ken, yeah, that sounds pretty good, and nice of them to invite you over for dinner. Sounds like you had a good one there. Appreciate you checking in, man. You have a good evening, and we will talk to you soon. All right, next up we'll go up to Muletown, Katie, WTG. Tom, how you doing, and what'd you have for dinner tonight?
Well, good evening, Mike, and everybody on the net. I haven't had supper yet. I'm thinking about breakfast food for supper tonight, so I might just do that. Eggs and bacon and stuff like that maybe tonight. But I went to got me some new glasses today at the optometrist. Went up to Huntington to the store, and I made some calls on the way up, calls on the way back, or delivery on the way back, and went up to the store in Huntington and done some picking up some things and turned in some orders and things like that. So that kind of thing. So come home and took me a nap a while ago. So I'll have some supper here in a little bit. Back to Net Control.
All right, Tom, appreciate you checking in. Nothing wrong with that. I've had breakfast for dinner, dinner for lunch, and about everything else in between. So, but anyways, appreciate you checking in, man. Have a good evening, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, next we'll go over to Gary, KB8SRN. Gary, what's going on with you, man? And what did you have for dinner tonight, or what do you plan on having, I should say?
KB8SRN. Good evening, Michael, and everybody on the net. Well, we went down to the American Legion. They have their hamburger night on Wednesday, so enjoyed that with some friends, and we try to do that every week. That's the highlight of the week. That's kind of a shameful, I guess, but anyway, that's what we do. That's all I have. Back to you, Mike. KB8SRN.
All righty, Gary, appreciate you checking in, man. Have a good evening, and we will talk to you soon. All right, next up, we'll go up to Daniel, KDMK. Danny, what'd you have for dinner tonight, buddy? You always go out and get something good.
Well, good evening, Mike, and everybody on the net. First off, Mike, thanks again for doing the net. You do a mighty fine job. Just want to thank you for that. But for my supper, I had a ribeye steak and a baked potato. Caught them on sale over there at the local IGA, and I bought a 4-pack and fired up the old grill, fixed me a steak on the grill and a baked potato, and had one of them big ice-cold Pepsi Zeros with it, and that was my supper this evening. And looks like it's going to rain here again. Cloud skies are getting mighty dark, and so that's about all I have, Mike. So, KDMK, I'll turn it back to Net Control.
All right, Danny, appreciate you checking in. Sounds like you had a pretty good one there. I haven't made myself a steak in a while. I mean, I've had steak, but I haven't made one in a while just because my grill's pretty well chewed out, so I'm trying to find a new one, or a replacement, I should say. Anyways, buddy, appreciate you checking in the net. Have a good evening, and we will talk to you soon. All right, next up, we'll go up to Waverly there, Kilo Echo 8, Alpha Lima. Bill, what's going on in Pike County tonight, and what did you have for dinner tonight?
Well, Mike and everyone on the net, I'll tell you what, I've kind of taken it easy today, and we had rain since this afternoon off and on. It has let up, and it looks like we have a little bit of sun breaking through yet before sundown. and I fixed me a pizza tonight, if you can believe that, and didn't eat the whole thing. That's a good thing. Nothing else really going on up here other than looking forward to it cooling down for a couple of days, although everybody might be wearing a sweater with it getting down in the 60s again. Don't have much else to say or add, so I guess I'll turn it back to Net Control. Kilo Echo 8, Alpha Alpha Lima.
Alrighty, Bill. Well, appreciate you checking in the net, buddy. And yeah, that cool down's going to be nice after the past few days. Have a good evening, and we'll talk to you soon. Alright, we are at the bottom of the list. This is KN4MU hosting the Tri-State 2 Mirror Net. Before we continue, don't really have anything net-wise or testing-wise coming up in the next couple of weeks. The next Portsmouth Club meeting is June 7th, so in a little under 2 weeks. And then the next River Cities Club meeting is the following day, the 8th, since Tuesday starts off, or the month of June starts off on a Tuesday. So, we'll go ahead and call for more check-ins then. Any stations looking to check into the net tonight, please call now.
Kilowatt 0 Hotel India Oscar, Larry.
Alright, Larry, got you in there. K0HIO. Any other stations that would like to check in tonight? Well, Larry, I guess it's your turn, buddy. What's going on with you, and what'd you have for dinner tonight? I couldn't think of an original topic tonight.
Hey, good evening, Mike. Not much going on down this way. I got the radio back out from my parks on the airbag and got it all hooked up here. Really not too much going on. I'm in Portsmouth this week working, so that is nice. I don't have to make the drive up to Chillicothe every day this week. So I hope everything's going well with you, and hope your guys' Hamfest went well. This is K0HIO. We'll say 73, and back to you, Mike.
Alright, Larry, well, appreciate you checking in, man. Glad to hear you in here. Have a good evening, and we will talk to you soon. Alright, we are at the bottom list again, and I'm going to go ahead and throw myself on the list to bring us up to 10 so far. And yeah, I guess that was the easiest topic for the pure fact of I made pork chops tonight. These pork chops were a little chewy. They weren't exactly tender, so I need to find a good way to tenderize them. But other than that, it was just an average day. Work, came home, and done nothing. Yeah, see, now that this weather's cleared up, I might go out and have a little bit of fire. Been watching this hockey game. Pittsburgh's down 5-3 right now, but we're on a power play. So hopefully we will bring it to 5-4. Crossing my fingers at least. So, let's see. Tomorrow night's Thursday, so at 8 o'clock will be the Portsmouth Radio Club 2-meter net. And that'll be hopefully with Gary, WXAG's net control, but somebody else might pick it up. You never know. And then it's Traders Night. I always forget about that. So if you got something to sell or wanting to buy, check in and do so. And then at 8:30 p.m. will be the Ohio Valley Aries Races net. And that'll be on the linked repeaters, W8SOE 146610 and 146715, and on Echolink at W8SOE-R. So, with that being said, we'll do a final call for check-ins for tonight's net. Any stations anywhere looking to check in, please call now. One final call for check-ins for the Tri-State 2-meter net. Please call now.
Recheck, Mike.
Hi, Danny.
Hey, DMK, recheck.
Go ahead, Danny.
Well, Mike, I'll tell you how to make them pork chops a little more tender. Flour them up and brown them in your skillet like you normally do. Like I say, brown them up and then put just a little bit of water in your skillet and put your lid on it and let them cook, and that should tenderize them right up. Steam them right up. I think you'll find that they'll be pretty good that way. KDMK, back to net control.
I appreciate the advice, Danny. I'll have to try that sometime. Actually, you remind me, I was watching a video the other day about this whole subject. Guy I watch on YouTube, he does a lot of like fancy like Wagyu steaks and stuff. He did a tenderizing experiment with Sprite. He did pork chops, eye round, and chicken, I believe it was, chicken thighs, if I remember right. And upon the pork and chicken, he said it made a huge difference as far as the tenderness. So I didn't even think of that. I'm gonna have to try that sometime. I never got a chance to actually try it. So we'll give that a shot. Might give that a shot next time I do pork chops. But I'm glad that you said that because it reminded me of that video. I don't know how I forgot about that.
Well, Mike, that's easy to do, buddy. I learned that off of a friend of mine. He used to cook for us at dinner time when I worked in the garage, and he'd fix these pork chops. He'd put them in, and they just fell off the bone. They were that tender. He'd brown them up, he'd flour them up, and then brown them up. Sear them up real good, and then he'd put a little water in the skillet and put his lid back on it and let them cook. And man, they were good. So anytime you need the tenders to rise something. Of course, I used to with ribs. I used to boil them, put them in a pressure cooker and boil them for a while, and then put them in the oven and bake them, and man, they turned out good and tender that way too. So, Mike, thanks again for doing the net. This is KDMK. I'll turn it back to you.
Yeah, I might have to try that sometime. May have to ask you to remind me of that, but I'll have to keep that in mind. Because like I said, these ones are a little chewier than they should be. So, but appreciate the recheck, man. Appreciate the suggestions there. I may have to try that sometime. So, but anyways, appreciate it, Danny. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. One more call for check-ins for the Tri-State 2-Mirror Net. Any stations anywhere, please call now. Alright, well, not hearing anybody else, we'll go ahead and close the net out for the evening then. I'd like to thank everyone that checked into the Tri-State 2-Mirror Net, and those that stood by while tonight's net was being conducted. We'll now close the net at 8:24 p.m. with a total of 10 check-ins, and we will turn all repeaters connected back to normal amateur use. Don't forget the Portsmouth Club net tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, the Ohio Valley Aries Racing net, 8:30, and we'll be back on Friday for the next meeting of the Tri-State 2-Mirror Net. This is KN4IMU, net control, and I'll be clear.
KN8IMU, KDMK.
Assuming you meant KN4IMU, go ahead, Danny.
Yeah, Mike, you was talking about making a batter and using Sprite. We've done that with fish. We'd go to Lake Erie and we'd catch fresh fish instead of using buttermilk and we use a beer batter recipe. Instead of using beer, we'd use Sprite in it, and we learned one thing real quick. You don't use self-rising flour to make a batter with, because you put it in your fryer, and Lord have mercy, it swells up. That's all you got is flour, but use all-purpose flour when you do it. But that's what we used to do, and like I say, there's a lot of different things you can do, a lot of different batters you can make and stuff like that. Like I say, when I learned a lot of stuff off Dad and a lot of people, so yeah, that's what I've done. Back to you, Mike.
Yeah, like I said, that Sprite experiment really intrigued me, so now that I remembered about it, I'll have to I need to give it a shot. Obviously not tonight because I've already cooked them, but next time I'll have to try. But yeah, that sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how you batter if you batter your pork chops or not, but mine, I take a plastic bag, put flour in there and a little bit of cornmeal, and I shake them up real good in that flour and cornmeal, and put them in the skillet and get them browned up on both sides, where you're not going to lose your batter, and then put a little water in your skillet, and man, they get good when you do that. But I like them awful well that way. So yeah, like I say, Mike, if you want, you might want to try that. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. And I tell you another thing probably work: boiling them. Like I said, put your pork chops in there and boil them, and then put them in the skillet and fry them, or put them in the oven and bake them, and they might turn out really well. So just some suggestions for you, Mike. You might want to use, you might not. So I'll turn it back to you, Mike. I'll say 73 to you. This is KDMK, and I'll be clear.
All right, Danny, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'm going to go give me another little helping there and kick back and relax for the evening. Hopefully this game will go the way I'm hoping, but New York is wanting it more right now, so we'll see what happens. But we were the comeback kids all season, so I'm holding keeping my fingers crossed, but slowly losing hope, unfortunately. But oh well, Danny, have a good evening, buddy. I'm gonna hop off here and take down the link. KN4 IMU.
KG4DVE repeater system.